This is John Neal reporting for River City Sports. I'm here at the McCallie School where the Hamilton Heights Hawks just defeated the McCallie Blue Tornado 60-40. I've got two guys. I know it looks like we're kind of like I'm mini-me today or like I'm standing down like in a valley, but I'm not. Both guys here with me. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. They're big, friendly guys. We'll get to know them. Well, on my left, who tell everybody who you are.
My name is Abdul Hakim Adu. I'm from Hamilton Heights Christian Academy.
I do from Hamilton Heights Christian Academy, and who you might be.
I am Silas Adike. I'm from Hamilton Heights Christian Academy.
Hamilton Heights Christian Academy. Both guys had 12 points tonight and a great win. Well, guys, we'll kick it right back to you, okay? Silas, you kind of got it going, hitting some early free throws and then hitting a couple big-time layups at the end of the game. What really motivates y'all as a whole during basketball season? If you could characterize your team motivating, what leads to big wins like this?
Yeah, we work hard every day as a team, and we work to get better every time. We work together, and we don't have breaks. Like, we do everything all the time. Like, we work so hard. So I think whenever we step on the court, I know sometimes we might make mistakes, but still we have to put our heads together to do the right thing. Even though we do bad stuff, we still have to come back. Don't look at the bad stuff you did previously, and you have to come back and do the right stuff. Like,
talking about fundamentals, you don't hear that often from a small town Christian guy. I know you're a big time guy, body size, but we'll kick it over to the man in the middle. Had a triple-double tonight. Talk to me about, from your opponent's perspective, what y'all really do to get ready for each and every game.
We always, every single day, we bring it in practice first, because every single day you have to practice. Practice is where you win, actually, because if you don't work hard in practice, you're definitely not going to perform well in the game. So I think going to practice every single day and trying to bring energy to the team, working hard every single day when you get to the floor and off the floor. So I think that's what really moves us to really play hard that we do.
Well, guys, great win tonight on a hostile environment. This is one of the premier, areas in the area right now. Beating a 16-1 team, that's not something you play every day. But guys, you're playing a team come Friday that y'all really, probably want to get that big W on, in Lighthouse Christian. Talk to me about what are y'all going to do tomorrow to get ready for them?
I think we just have to bring it in, Even though the days you don't feel like it, you have to bring it in. So tomorrow we have to come to the practice ready, try to practice hard. So we're going to be ready for Friday, because this is not just an ordinary team, because we played them last year and we lost to them. So I think we have to bring it in tomorrow at practice so we could stay focused and then also be ready to play them on Friday.
And Silas, kicking it right back over to you, talking about getting ready in practice tomorrow, bringing it in practice tomorrow, a team that y'all didn't get the W last year on, but y'all are a year older, a year more experience. Y'all talking to me right here, everybody listening can probably tell y'all have a big basketball knowledge. What's something that y'all might have this year, an advantage that y'all didn't have last year coming into this big game?
Better teamwork and communication, and picking up your teammates when they're down. Maybe they made a bad play. You still have to pick them up, motivate them. If they don't know what to do, tell them, this is what you have to do. And sometimes the person telling them to might not know what to do. Everybody make mistakes, so we got to work together, communicate, and make sure we are on the same page and we know what we're doing. Because if we're not together, we're going to be doing the wrong stuff, So we need to put it together and be as one, as a team, work the ball together and play our best and put energy in the game, bring it with energy.
And, if you weren't in attendance tonight, two very humble, great players that I've seen here just talking with us. They're getting ready for Lighthouse Christian Academy, which they'll play Friday night. But here again from the McCallie School, Hamilton Heights knocks off the Blue Tornado, set on a score of 60-40 from here at McCallie on this great Wednesday night. With me is Hakeem Abdul Adu and Silas Adiki from Hamilton Heights Christian School. This is John Neal reporting for River City Sports. I'm here with two more outstanding Hamilton Heights Hawks basketball players. Many of you know, if you've watched this before, we've had Strahinja from Serbia here on our our post-game wrap-up, but now we've got a new player here in Juwan Duran from the Dominican Republic. You know, guys, get right into it. Love having y'all on here doing some post-game. Love watching the Hawks play. But right now, Juwan, talk to me about a big fourth quarter that led to y'all capping it off 60-40 here in McCallie.
Well, man, first of all, I'm going to give you thanks for interviewing me. And then, you know, we had a big game, man, where we was kind of down. We started low, you know, but we picked them up, and then we did our best for, you know, win the game. And then we started different more, you know, they scored like 5 points in the third quarter. That was really good defensively. And then we just come out with more energy for win the game.
And Strahinja, kicking it back over to you. 2 big threes. You hit one in the second quarter, hit one in the third quarter. Really, you know, if they leave you open, you're likely to knock it down. I don't know. Is that like a Serbian? Is that just like something in Serbia people can shoot over in Serbia? Tell our viewers, can people really shoot in Serbia?
Of course, we are a shooting nation.
they're a shooting nation over there. But talk to me about y'all's defense, what's led to y'all's offense tonight.
Yeah, we play extremely good defense on both ends. We let them score maybe 40 points or something. We had some trouble with turnovers, but our defense was outstanding today.
And you greatly talking about turnovers, 2 guys that touched the ball, kicking it back into Silas and Adu, who we just had on here. Talk to me about Friday's contest against Lighthouse, about limiting those turnovers. We'll start with you, Juwan. What are y'all going to have to do tomorrow to limit those turnovers come Friday?
Well, we're going to start, you know, doing our press off, you know, to figure out how to move the ball when they press us, you know. We played Lighthouse last year. We got beat by them, you know, really bad at NACA, the tournament NACA. But this year, I can tell you, we're going to be different than last year, you know. Tomorrow, we're going to come out, you know, focus for Friday, you know. We're going to have some energy in practice and, you know, just come out for doing well on Friday, you know.
Okay. And for you, Strahinja, talk to me about what y'all are going to do tomorrow in practice to get ready for Friday.
Tomorrow we're going to put some plays how to play against them, and of course we're going to win on Friday.
Well, guys, right before we'll kick off here, this is something that our viewers love to know about. Y'all being from all different nations, you know, that's something rare to see in high school, but it's awesome. Talk to me about y'all's pregame locker room action. You know, being from different places, you might have a different, you know, mojo before the game than Adu or Adiki, or even you from Serbia. You might, you know, different music. What really fuels the locker room action for Hamilton Heights before a big contest?
It's like big party, everyone dancing, play some music, different styles, and it's like very fun.
And what about you, Juwan? Is there any pregame rituals that y'all got that you can tell us without giving us too insight?
Well, man, you know, like, when you play, you have to have fun, man. I mean, if you don't have fun, you can play basketball, any sport, man. You have to do it for love. You should do like for fun, man. But our locker room, man, before the game, we just start laughing, you know, picking each other, man, throwing water, you know, and then all that kind of stuff, man. I like, basically, sometimes, you know, I'm like, kind of like funny guy, you know, but I also consider myself for concentrate for the game. So when they come at me and try to pick me up, you know, I'm kind of, you know, like, get mad. But I actually, you know, go back to the situation and start laughing at them, you know. But this is great, man. That's great. I mean, this guy, man, they awesome. I like, you know, to play with them. I love them.
Talking about loving his teammates, just a little bit there, a lot behind-the-scenes locker room action. They like to have fun. They like to listen to some music. You bring in all kinds of nations. You can see what camaraderie when you put different nations together, and what can, you know, transition to the basketball court. Having fun, moving on to 14-1. Both the Hamilton Heights Hawks here, Juwan Duran and Mr. Strahinja himself from Serbia. Don't let it get twisted. But this is John Neal reporting for River City Sports as the Hamilton Heights Hawks knocked off McCallie, the Blue Tornado, 60-40 here from the McCallie School. This is John Neal reporting for River City Sports. I'm here at the McCallie School. Now I welcome in both my colleagues who made the trip out tonight. You might have heard them if you listened to us live, or you might have seen them if you were here live. Mr. Taylor Ellis and Zach Kirby are our RCS insiders. We're kicking off the spring semester pretty much for all the schools in the area tonight. as we welcome back the River City Sports Network. We'll be around many, many games as January is action-packed. But getting back to tonight, as the Hawks defeat the Blue Tornado 60-40 from the McCallie School, really taking some momentum into their next game against Lighthouse Christian, the school around Smyrna, who's actually ranked higher than Hamilton Heights. Talking with Coach Walker after the game, an assistant for the Hawks. But we'll jump right into it, Taylor. Give me some of your key takeaways from tonight, from your observation as you recall in the game.
The biggest thing that I can take away from it is the way that Hamilton Heights handled the pressure from McCallie early. McCallie likes to pressure full game. They play 15, 17 guys at a time, or a night rather, and Hamilton Heights really didn't seem fazed by it. They played well, got the ball into their key guys. Jawan Durant had a big night like he always does. Adu had a big night like he always does. Silas Adiki showing up having a big night. And it was those key guys that kind of got things going, and then they moved from there. So I think that the poise, really, that Hamilton Heights played with against a very good McCallie team, a team that has started 14, 15-0 and stumbled as of late, but really handled them well and put on a showing tonight.
And, yeah, I mean, Taylor, that brings up great points talking about the being able to handle that pressure from McCallie. Both times that I've seen them this year, I know Zach will probably likely comment on this as well, but when they rotate in so many, the McCallie militia is what we call them. It's great for them, but teams, tend to shy away from that pressure. Hamilton Heights welcomed it, and yes, they did have a few turnovers, but when they had a transition turnover, number 14, Adu himself, was running down with his long wingspan, knocking it off the backboard, and we'll jump to their defense with that. And Zach, talk to me about Hamilton Heights defense and how it led to such a great performance tonight.
I mean, when you have a team that tall and long, and very athletic, you're able to give up certain areas of the floor because they're able to cover that ground in such a short amount of time. And we saw that a couple of passes that McCallie made that probably would have been wide open baskets, but Hamilton Heights would end up just pinning it up against the glass or rejecting it off the court and things like that. But one thing to take away that I thought McCallie did very well was their fourth quarter press. They forced a lot of turnovers, especially in the fourth quarter, and considering that last year, Coach Schulman told me that the last year's team lost by about 60 points, and so this is a drastic change and improvement for the McCallie Blue Tornado.
And yes, and kicking it back over to Taylor, we saw a jam-packed house tonight. This is the second of a 3-game stretch from McCallie. They welcome in Brainerd. Do you think it's going to really help them if a big crowd comes out Saturday night as they welcome in crosstown power Brainerd, as they're playing a game against Red Bank on Friday, Brainerd is, and then they'll come over here on Saturday? What does a home field advantage with such a beautiful court as you can see behind us really help the McCallie Blue Tornado going forward?
Well, I think in the early going on tonight's game, you can kind of see the home court kind of taking advantage or playing a major factor for McCallie. I mean, they started the game very competitive, maybe trailing by 2 or 3 points at a time, and the fans were into it. They had a great showing from their student section. It was standing room only here most of the time for the night. So I think if they can continue to have that showing, the fans come out really showing their support. Anytime you can play in an arena like this that's packed, it's standing room only, people in the rafters, I mean, that's a tremendous advantage to any team that comes in here. And I think if McCallie can, granted, they played a very good team tonight in Hamilton Heights. McCallie can kind of bounce back, get some rhythm going, get maybe some guys into the double digits. I think they only had maybe 2 or 3 guys score over 5 points tonight. If they can take that home court, get some guys working early, I think it's really going to benefit them, and they'll have a closer showing against Brainerd, I think.
And Zach, kicking over to you, I know Hamilton Heights has that big game against Lighthouse. They've had this one circled for a while. Talking to any coach, they've really talked about this game. What did you see tonight that they might need to work on tomorrow in practice and really, take with them or improve in the short amount of time to face that Lighthouse team on Friday?
I think one thing that they need to necessarily work on is it seemed a lot of times they were trying to make the extra pass almost, and which would result in turnovers. And it seemed like they were trying to rush the tempo. I think if you have a squad where you have such size and length, not sure the size and length that Lighthouse Christian has, but when you have a team with a guy like Adu, 6'10", you can afford to slow down the pace a little bit. Be very methodical as far as when you bring the ball up the court, and kick it inside to the big guy. Let him get his shots inside, and also your other 6'8" guys, 6'6" guys, 6'7" guys that sometimes even play on the wing. You can spread out the floor so much that I think that if they can play inside more, not that they don't play physical, they're a very physical team, probably one of the most physical teams in the whole area. But I think even that bar can even be set higher for themselves.
And like you said, Zach, one thing that I want to get before I get to McCallie about Hamilton Heights, I like going inside out. And one thing that I was waiting for, and it happened in the fourth quarter, was Jawan Duran to finally make his presence felt tonight. He had 6 in the fourth, and I think they need to get him going more earlier in that Lighthouse game. He should be a guy who's scoring at least 20. And I know he has an injured knee. We saw that coming out. He's been injured earlier, but his ball handling skills, I know they have tremendous talent around him, but when everybody collapses down on Adiki and Balagood and also Adu, you kick it back out. Juwan Duran's there, and he can take that shot. Shahini can take that shot. Milos can take that shot. They have great talent. And as far as the McCallie side, these are games they need to play above talent than them. This is getting them ready for region play. A great home environment. They're going to go on the road here after that after that game. They welcome Brainerd in, but the way to fight until the end for McCallie, and they did that. And Mac Hunt also with Giovanni Hightower and also Adrian Thomas. He continues to be a name for this McCallie team that's really standing out. But a young McCallie team that continues to gain experience. A magical 16-0 run, has faltered to two straight losses, but don't think the McCallie Blue Tornadoes going away anytime soon. You know what you're getting for Hamilton Heights. They are 14-1. But this is John Neal for River City Sports. With me is Taylor Ellis and Zach Kirby. We want to do a quick shout-out to this McCallie support staff and Trey Tucker, their SID, for allowing us to set up tonight and call the game live, and then also the McCallie basketball coaching staff who got us rosters, asked if we needed anything. Great hospitality anytime you come over to McCallie, and we really want to thank all the McCallie Blue Tornado fans, supporters, coaches, players, etc. We love coming here for River City Sports. Catch us, I believe, next week. We'll have a big game coming up, and then a big circle date in that Central Brainerd game for 6AA. But John Neal, Taylor Ellis, Zach Kirby for our post-game wrap-up.